Good evening. Welcome to Bored Historian. Tonight, we begin a quiet journey, far away from noise, from hurry, from anything that demands your attention. Imagine yourself arriving in a small corner of the world where the map becomes softer, where the roads seem less certain, and where even time feels unsure about how fast it should move. You are in a distant green valley, tucked away between rolling hills that rise and fall like slow breathing. The air is cool here, and faintly damp, as if the sky itself has just finished whispering rain into the earth. A narrow road carries you forward, not a busy road, not a loud one, just enough for a single traveler at a time. On either side, tall grasses bend gently with the wind, as though they are greeting you without words. Far ahead, you begin to notice shapes, soft and blurred at first, stone cottages built from old gray rock, resting quietly, as if they have been here long before anyone thought to count the years. There is no rush in this place. Even the wind feels considerate, choosing carefully when to move and when to stay still. As you step further in, you hear it. Not a sound that demands attention, but one that simply exists. The faint trickle of water. Somewhere nearby, a narrow stream runs through the valley, slipping between stones that have been smoothed by centuries of patience. The water does not hurry. It never tries to arrive anywhere. It simply continues, endlessly gentle. You follow the sound without thinking. Along the path, wildflowers appear. Small, scattered bursts of color in the green. Not arranged, not planted for display. Just existing, as if the land could not help but express a quiet beauty. A soft breeze passes again, carrying with it the scent of earth, fresh grass, and something older, something harder to name. It feels familiar, even if you cannot remember why. Ahead, a wooden fence leans slightly, as though it has been holding its position out of habit rather than necessity. Beyond it, sheep move slowly across a distant slope, their shapes calm and unbothered, like thoughts that have learned not to disturb the mind. You pause for a moment. And in that pause, the world feels larger and yet quieter at the same time. The valley does not ask anything from you. It only offers space. Space to breathe a little deeper. Space to slow down without effort. Space to simply exist without needing to become anything else. And as you stand there, at the edge of this forgotten place, you begin to understand something simple. Nothing here is waiting for you. And that is exactly why it feels like home. The path continues gently ahead, inviting you deeper into the valley. There is no sign pointing the way, no map tucked into your pocket. And somehow, that feels exactly right. Sometimes the most peaceful places are never searched for. They are simply found. As you continue walking, the sound of the little stream begins to grow clearer. The gentle trickle soon becomes the steady murmur of a wider river, flowing quietly beneath the morning light. The water is so clear that smooth stones resting beneath its surface shimmer like polished glass. Tiny ripples dance across the current whenever the breeze drifts by. You kneel beside the riverbank. The air feels cooler here. You dip your fingertips into the water for just a moment. It is refreshingly cold, carrying the memory of distant hills where countless raindrops first began their journey. For a while, you simply watch the water pass. It never seems hurried, never impatient. Every curve in the river feels natural, as though it has spent hundreds of years discovering the gentlest path through the valley. Nearby, a small wooden boat rests quietly against the shore. Its faded paint tells stories of many peaceful mornings. Perhaps an old fisherman once used it.
Perhaps now it simply enjoys watching the seasons come and go. A little farther ahead, an ancient stone bridge stretches gracefully across the river. Its wide arches reflect perfectly in the calm water below, creating circles of quiet symmetry. The stones are softened by age. Tiny patches of moss cover the shaded side, while delicate wildflowers bloom between the cracks. You step onto the bridge. Each footstep produces a soft echo that disappears almost as quickly as it arrives. Halfway across, you pause. From here, the valley seems even more peaceful. Beyond the bridge, gentle hills roll endlessly toward the horizon. Small patches of forest sway lazily in the breeze. White clouds drift overhead without purpose. Nothing rushes. Nothing competes. Everything simply exists together. A robin lands on the stone railing beside you. For a few silent seconds, the little bird studies you with bright, curious eyes before lifting gracefully into the sky once again. You smile without realizing it. Some moments ask for no explanation, only quiet appreciation. Leaving the bridge behind, the path begins climbing gently through a grove of old oak.
Their enormous branches stretch overhead like welcoming arms. Sunlight filters softly through thousands of green leaves, painting shifting patterns across the ground. Every few steps, another bird begins its morning song. Not loud, not hurried. Each note seems carefully placed into the silence. The forest itself feels alive, yet deeply asleep at the same time. The scent of damp earth mixes with fresh wood and wild herbs growing beneath the trees. You breathe deeply. With every slow breath, your shoulders become lighter. The thoughts you carried from home begin to drift away, like leaves floating gently downstream. Ahead, through the trees, you notice the first signs of a tiny village waiting quietly beyond the forest. Its stone chimneys rise gently above the rooftops. Thin ribbons of smoke curl lazily into the afternoon sky. Somewhere nearby, a church bell rings once. Its gentle sound rolls across the valley before slowly fading into silence once more. And without even noticing when it happened, your journey has become slower, your breathing softer, and your mind wonderfully peacefully still. The little village welcomes you without a single word. Its narrow stone streets seem untouched by hurry, as though every footstep has always been taken slowly. Small cottages stand close together, their windows glowing with the soft golden light of evening. Flower boxes rest beneath each window, overflowing with gentle colors that sway quietly in the cooling breeze. Somewhere nearby, fresh bread is being baked. Its warm aroma drifts through the streets, mixing with the scent of wood smoke rising lazily from old chimneys. You continue walking, not because you have somewhere to be, but because every corner seems to offer another peaceful moment waiting to be discovered. An elderly craftsman sits outside his tiny workshop, carefully carving a simple wooden bird.
His movements are slow, steady, patient. He smiles as you pass. No words are exchanged. None are needed. Further along the lane, a small garden surrounds an old stone well. Bees drift gently between blooming flowers. A cat sleeps peacefully on a sun-warmed wall, completely undisturbed by the quiet world around it. The afternoon slowly begins to fade. The sunlight softens. Golden colors stretch across the rooftops before slowly melting into shades of amber and rose. You leave the village behind and follow a gentle path leading toward a grassy hill overlooking the valley. The climb is easy.
Every step feels lighter than the one before. When you reach the top, the view opens before you. Rolling green hills, the winding river, the ancient stone bridge, the peaceful cottages. Everything now rests beneath the gentle glow of the setting sun. The sky becomes a beautiful painting. Soft oranges blend into delicate pinks. Those colors slowly deepen into lavender, then into quiet shades of blue. One by one, the first stars begin appearing overhead. A cool evening breeze brushes gently across your face. The air carries only the sounds of nature. Leaves whisper softly. The river continues its endless conversation with the stones. Somewhere far away, an owl begins its evening call. The valley prepares itself for another peaceful night. You find a comfortable place beneath an old oak tree. The grass feels soft beneath you. Above, thousands of tiny stars sparkle against the endless sky. You close your eyes for just a moment.
Your breathing becomes slower, calmer, deeper. Every breath feels lighter than the last. The thoughts that once filled your mind have become as quiet as distant clouds drifting across the night. Nothing needs your attention now. Nothing asks anything of you. The world continues perfectly well without rushing, and so do you. The river keeps flowing. The trees keep swaying. The stars continue shining above the silent valley. Everything is exactly as it should be. You allow yourself one final deep breath. The cool evening air fills your lungs, then slowly leaves again. Your body feels wonderfully heavy. Your mind feels perfectly still. As darkness gently wraps itself around the peaceful valley, you know this place will always remain within you. Whenever life becomes loud, whenever the days feel too busy, you can return here, to the quiet river, to the old bridge, to the gentle hills, to the peaceful village where time moves softly, and where every breath reminds you that rest is never far away. Tonight, the valley watches over you. The stars shine gently above you. The breeze sings its quiet lullaby. And as the peaceful night grows deeper, you drift effortlessly into a calm, comfortable, and deeply restful sleep. good night.